So last night I threw on Jack Goes Home, which I have never seen before. I saw the trailer to this a couple of years back. I want to say this is like 2016, so we're like 4 years now. But I remember when this came out, I had a decent amount of interest in it, and then I saw some people, or I remembered people talking shit about it. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I didn't check it out for some reason. And then I found it at the Dollar Tree. So I thought, I'm trying to catch up, as I've said, on all the things that I haven't watched, or was sent, or whatever. And here's one of my Dollar Tree ones. Now, this stars Rory Culkin and Lin Shaye, and it is about a guy named Jack, believe it or not, and he goes home. I know this is hard to follow already. But so his father's killed in a car accident. He is having a very hard time, like, showing emotion and being able to deal with this. And he's like telling his girlfriend, and he has no ability to really cope with this, and he's doing it in a very nonchalant way, not very healthy. And then he returns home, and his mother is acting, a little too normal for his liking, and whatever. I can't get too much into it. But he also is he's also being compelled to go and look in the attic for something, that there's secrets that may be lying within the home, to his childhood home. And it's been a long time since he's been there, and he runs into his best friend, who's this total babe. He's got a babe for a girlfriend. He's got a babe for a best friend. Shit, this guy's got a lot of babes around him. I'll say this right up front. This is Lin Shaye's best performance I've ever seen her give. I don't think Lin Shaye is a very good actress. I like her quite a lot in the Insidious films. I actually really like her there. And it's not that I don't like her. I just think she gives really rocky performances pretty often. There's been definitely some things that I like her more in than others, whether it's like Kingpin or something. But I actually thought her performance in this was pretty solid as the crazy mom who's like, dealing with this grief and is screaming at her son and is crying and upset and angry. And I thought all that was great. I thought all of that with her was really good. And I thought Rory Culkin was fantastic. I think his performance in this is very good. I really like this kid. I like this kid a whole bunch. His performances that I've seen him give in the movies I've watched. He's a pretty good, solid little actor there. So, yeah, I dig him in this, and I dig the mom, and I dig all the actors. I think all the performances are good, and the secrets that he uncovers, you can kind of see it coming, but I don't really think that's the point. I think this has more to do with like metaphors of, secrets kind of coming to the forefront and dealing with the psychological traumas of the past, and how much those can affect your psyche, how much your family can affect your life, and no matter how hard you try to pull away from it, you're always kind of pulled home, or have to deal with it head on eventually. And then he has some interactions with this neighbor kid who's very bizarre in the opening of it, and their relationship is interesting, and of course with all that ends up being but yeah, you know what, I quite liked this one. I thought the performances were really cool. It might just be one of those movies where not enough happens. They think that things are being teased and that there's just not enough payoff, and it's anticlimactic. And while I could understand that critique, it really didn't have that issue with me, because I knew that this movie was taking it from a much more psychological angle. And because everyone's performances were so strong in the psychological ways that they were trying to, convey what was happening, I thought it was pretty successful. So yeah, I dug this. I have to say, if you're into family drama horror like I am, Now, as far as the horror goes in this, it's fairly run of the mill. What I'm really here for is the performances. I'm here for the unfolding of the mysteries. As far as like the actual horror, what's supposed to be scary or jump out at you or any of that stuff's pretty straightforward, not very inventive. So uh, I wouldn't really watch this too much for those horror elements. I would look at the horror of the mind as the interesting thing to explore within this movie. So yeah, overall, I'd recommend it. I think if you catch, come across it at a Dollar Tree, or if it's on a streaming service and you may have missed it, yeah, if you're into stuff like Relic from last year, from 2020, definitely check this out. This is cool. I think Relic's better, but I still think this is a good entry into the family horror, which I'm a huge fan of that subgenre. It's not one of the better ones. I mean, but my favorite fucking movies in the horror genre, for the most part, are the family horrors, whether it's Hereditary or The Shining or whatever. Like, I love that stuff. I love family drama in my horror. I'm all about it. And there's a good amount of family drama in here. And, maybe the two best performances these two leads have ever given. So, this is good. It's good. Let me know if you've ever seen it or if you watch it. All right. Good night.